Days later, Steven and Amethyst goes to visit the barn. They see Lapis and Peridot watching television. They show them all the changes they've made and play music for them, but Amethyst isn't amused because she wants to go and train to beat Jasper. Peridot tells her that Jasper was also born on Earth, so they go to visit Jasper's kindergarten. They walk around until they come up on a huge hole, but it's perfect in every way, making Amethyst feel inferior. They find many holes containing corrupted gems. When Pokemon Master Jasper shows herself, Amethyst tries to assassin Creed her, but Jasper knows she is there and says that they are abominations because Amethyst is misshapen and Rose is now Steven. Amethyst wants the one-on-one and attacks Jasper, but she eats all her attacks and begins to punish her. Steven throws his shield to separate the fight and tells Amethyst that he wants to help her. Then they fuse to form Smoky Quartz. They summon their yo-yo and proves that fusions are Jasper's kryptonite. In an act of desperation, Jasper chooses to fuse with a corrupted gem, but she's still no match for them. She unfuses and accepts her defeat as she begins to get corrupted. Special Steven wants to help the enemy who tried to unalive him, but Jasper refuses and chose to be fully corrupted because of what Rose did to Pink Diamond. Peridot comes in clutch and backstabs her. Then Amethyst goes over and bubbles Jasper. They head home and see that the rubies have returned from Neptune. Steven asks why they've returned and they ask for Jasper. Then Amethyst transforms to pretend to be her. Ruby goes over and tries to take her back to Homeworld, but Amethyst says that she has to stay on Earth to keep the crystal gems as her prisoner, so Ruby decides to go to the moon base to report what she accomplished. They head inside the base and discuss what happened to Pink Diamond. They reveal that Earth was a part of Pink's colony until Rose started a rebellion and shattered her diamond. Steven denies that his mother smoked someone, but they continue up and realize that the control panel is broken. Then Amethyst convinces the rubies to go back to Homeworld without them and report that she captured the gems. They begin to leave, but Amethyst couldn't hold the form any longer. They realize that the gems tricked them again and fuse into a giant ruby. Quick thinking, Steven opens the moon door and pushes them into the dark and cold vacuum of space, but they decide to take him with them. He floats in a bubble in the vast nothingness, accompanied by Red-Eye Ruby. She tells Steven that all she wanted to do is see the leader of the rebellion with her own eyes, but Steven reveals that Rose turned into him, but Ruby doesn't believe him. They float into an asteroid belt and turn into a ping-pong ball. Ruby gets hit by one, so Steven saves her, then fixes their cracked gem. Ruby realizes that Steven is Rose and immediately tries to send him to Gem Heaven, but Steven is the landlord, so he evicts her into space to float for all eternity. The crystal gems find Steven in Ruby's ship and start to comfort him about what happened. He asks why his mom smoked Pink Diamond, and Garnet explains that because the Earth was Pink's planet, she had to disappear in order to win the war.